Clarkson's Farm fans make same joke as Kaleb Cooper shares exciting baby news. Kaleb Cooper has welcomed his third child with fiance Taya, and fans of the Amazon Prime Video show have been quick to have a cheeky joke about the new arrival. Kaleb Cooper, the star of Clarkson's Farm, has just become a father for the third time. On Instagram, he announced, "Baby number 3. Everyone meet Ashton, weighing 6.13 pounds, born the 14th of August at 6:28 p.m. at Chipping Norton Maternity. P.S. Don't worry, I bought the amazing midwifes a Chinese as well." The hardworking farmer was out in the fields when his fiancée Taya went into labor. The couple are already parents to 2 young children, Oscar, born in 2021, and Willa, born in 2023. Fans were overjoyed to hear about the new addition to their family, and while many congratulated them, some couldn't resist having a cheeky joke on the /ClarksonsFarm Reddit page. One fan suggested that Kaleb would be an excellent father due to his fun agricultural career. One wrote, "Honestly, he seems like he'd be a great dad. And what kid wouldn't like knowing they could go on tractor rides almost anytime? I'd look for any excuse to take my kid with me on a tractor ride." Meanwhile, others giggled about Kaleb keeping the family industry going by growing a thriving family of his own. One fan joked, "He's going to single-handedly fix the issue of young people not going into farming." Another user felt their age after discovering that Kaleb is a father of 3 and only 27 years old. They penned, "I've not felt as old as Googling how old Kaleb is now and finding out he is younger than me and already has 3 kids. Most of my old classmates in a small town have kids already now as well, some of them 3 too. Good on them, it just makes me feel so old being older and having zero want to have any." However, others highlighted why farmers tend to start families earlier in life. Some have suggested Cooper is thinking far ahead with his family and farm. One remarked, "It's a lot of work with the farm work as well, but he's got many more hands to help out and take over in the future. Same as any farmer, they think far ahead for next crop's outcome." Jeremy Clarkson reveals foul-mouthed clash with J.D. Vance's security during Cotswolds farm chaos. The U.S. Vice President's trip with his family last week sparked anger among locals, who complained of widespread disruption caused by his extensive security detail. Jeremy Clarkson has revealed his Clarkson's Farm co-star Kaleb Cooper told U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance's security to "F.K. off" during the politician's visit to the Cotswolds. The American politician's trip with his family last week sparked anger among locals, who complained of widespread disruption caused by his extensive security detail. Clarkson revealed in the Sunday Times that the visit even disrupted filming for his hit Amazon Prime series, after a 1-mile no-fly zone was set up around the manor house Vance was renting. The restriction meant drones could not be used to film farming scenes. Clarkson, 65, explained that he and farmhand Cooper, 27, both ended up in heated exchanges with security officers. Roads were blocked off and vehicles pulled over to make way for Vance's large convoy, and Kaleb was even ordered to stop his tractor in the pouring rain. He wrote, "Vance arrived in a cavalcade of 27 massive black American SUVs, and this was escorted by a shoal of British police remorhers on motorcycles whose job was to shoo everyone out of the way. One of the people who they ordered to pull over was Kaleb Cooper, my tractor driver, but it was starting to rain and he urgently needed to get his load of wheat into the shed, so he invited his tormentor to F off. And carried on regardless." Last week, Cooper voiced his frustration under Clarkson's Instagram post about the no-fly zone, venting that his wheat was left soaked waiting for Vance's 19-vehicle convoy to pass. "My wheat got wet in the trailer last night as the convoy stopped me in the rain in Chippy," he wrote. "I could easily have went on my way and got it in the shed without getting in the way. If he had just drove around in a VW Polo, nobody would know who he was," he added alongside several laughing emojis. Clarkson previously criticized Vance in his Times column after the vice president referred to the UK as some random country that hasn't fought a war in 30 or 40 years, a remark made amid ongoing tensions between Europe and the US over support for Ukraine in its war with Russia. Clarkson previously criticized Vance in his Times column after the vice president referred to the UK as some random country that hasn't fought a war in 30 or 40 years, a remark made amid ongoing tensions between Europe and the US over support for Ukraine in its war with Russia. Clarkson's Farm star Kaleb Cooper announces birth of third baby with fiancée Taya. Clarkson's Farm star Kaleb Cooper has announced the arrival of his third baby with his fiancée, Taya. The farmer, who rose to fame on Jeremy Clarkson's Diddley Squat Farm series, said that Taya had given birth to a boy named Ashton on Thursday the 14th of August. Sharing a photo of their son wrapped up in a blanket and a knitted hat, Cooper wrote, "Baby number 3. Everyone meet Ashton weighing 6.13 pounds, born the 14th of August at 6:28 p.m. at Chipping Norton Maternity." He shared another snap of him eating a Chinese takeaway at the hospital, while Taya held Ashton. Cooper said in the caption, "P.S. Don't worry, I bought the amazing midwives a Chinese as well." The farmhand's announcement came after Clarkson had already shared the news in his column for The Sun, where he recounted the moment Cooper found out that his fiance was in labor while he was at work on the farm. Clarkson explained that Cooper told Taya to hang on, saying, "I'll be there when I've finished harvesting this field." The former Top Gear presenter called it a farmerish response, writing, "Happily, he finished in time to welcome what for him is baby number 3, and then our thoughts turned to a name. One of our mates suggested it should be named after the field he was harvesting when the call came through." Cooper, 27, and Taya are childhood sweethearts, having met in 2016, with Cooper proposing on Christmas Day in 2022. The couple became parents in March 2021, with the arrival of their first child, Oscar. They also share a 2-year-old daughter named Willa. Previously opening up about becoming a father, Cooper confessed he felt useless during Oscar's birth. He told the Times magazine, "It was effing terrible, because when I'm helping that cow, I know exactly what I'm doing. I can bring the calf around to the mum and so on. Now, when Taya was giving birth, I felt useless. I'm seeing her in pain having one of my kids." Cooper added that he was glad to have had children while he was young, as he could still be energetic when they were older. He said, "I wanted a girl and boy, which I've got and I'm very grateful. Then when I get older I can go down the pub with them, or out on the tractors, and I can still be energetic." Cooper rose to prominence in 2021 after Clarkson purchased the diddly squat farm in Chipping Norton, where Cooper already worked under the previous owner. Cooper was kept on by Clarkson and quickly became his right-hand man as he showed the Top Gear star the ropes of running a working farm.